So My Home Hero episode 4 exposes our boy, but in a way you don't see coming, at least for me. People being skeptical of a father who seems to know a little too much. Right now his lies are kind of lining up and seeming believable, but characters like Kyoichi who just know something's off, not convinced, and I even think after he drops the bombshell of like, hey, you definitely killed him, didn't you? That's not a confirmation that he's 100% sure, it's more of like he's trying to get something out of him, but he's highly sus about this dad who seems way too normal and something's up. But the twist with that whole situation is that you feel like, oh man, this man also doesn't feel as loyal to an organization as maybe we once thought. Is this going to be an unlikely duo team up where dad really doesn't like him, but he understands he needs someone on the inside to work with him so he can clear his name? Maybe destroy the organization, and then this man has his own, it's something with his family. He obviously calls out to his mom when he gets shot here. But honestly, as much as I want to say like, oh, he's listed as a main character on my anime list, therefore he has to live. If Oshino Ko episode 1 proved anything, characters listed as main characters don't always make it to the finish line of a first season, if you know what I'm saying. And goddamn, I really like this character. I didn't really think too much of him in prior episodes, but as it stands, like, I'm really digging what they're doing. We don't see what happens. Basically, one shot, well actually he got shot a couple times, once in his stomach, once in his shoulder area. Our boy's doing pretty okay, besides being shooken up, and one of the people fleeing has a gun and we hear a gunshot. Now, most likely it was Kyoichi shooting him. I don't think dad pulled the gun and saved his ass. I think he probably did it himself. But at the end of the day, things are heating up, right? So we go for a conversation with one of the man's wives, girlfriends, who knows, he has quite a few, but seemingly was the main lover in the relationship. You know, obviously dad's daughter wasn't the main, right? Like that was a side piece. We hear on the phone that he's beaten and killed women, sent them to the hospital, sent them 9 feet underground, right? We know he beats and kills women. The interesting thing was that this woman actually seemed to be like his main squeeze, right? Like the fact that, yes, he cheated on her, but seemingly like there was no physical abuse, there wasn't a lot of emotional abuse considering the fact of what we heard over the phone of what he's admitted to and also what he planned to do to our man's daughter. To hear her say like he's kind of cute and this, that, and the third, like, it was interesting to see a different perspective. Doesn't excuse any of his prior actions, but it's interesting that he didn't do it to all of them, but obviously he still hurt her, as seen by her admitting that she cried but would always forgive, right? But I thought it was kind of crazy that they dropped the bombshell that like a year and a half ago, he robbed the organization he worked for, and, you know, as it stood, like, everything seemed okay, but, like, if there's one thing you don't do, if you watch at least one Mafia movie, you play one Mafia game, you don't double-cross the criminal organization that you work for. That is a one-way ticket to hell. And honestly, as soon as you hear that, you think, damn, bro, we got his bones, we got dirt on him so that we can expose that, like, he was a traitor. Like, we got ways to craft a lie to basically clear this family's name. But then, because they gave us such a lifeline, they had to say, you owe us 10 million yen, here's your 3 options. Option 3 is the only one we're gonna take. Go basically kill yourselves and get in between these 2 gangs. Like, you just can't catch a break. Like, Tetsuo just can't catch a break, man. And you feel for him. And as I keep saying, the brilliant thing about My Home Hero is episode 1 almost makes you think like we're gonna get a John Wick situation where he's just gonna start killing people, he's gonna do these crazy things, first with a rice cooker, next with a crane, who knows what he's gonna do. But instead, what they did was they present him as, he did that to protect his daughter. He doesn't want to keep doing it. He hates this man for what he wanted to do, but now he has to try to clear his name as the Yakuza is coming for him. And each time, each episode from 2 now to 4, they keep changing the direction. They pull the rug from under our feet and they make us say, oh, that's a way new interesting direction. Last episode with the whole kidnapping plotline, the interrogation, this episode with seemingly, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't think Kyoichi as well as the dad are going to be best friends literally, but I think if he survives, this could very well be the person he needs to work with, especially given that he's kind of pushed the wife out of the picture. Objectively, it's the wrong call knowing that the wife is a big reason why he's still alive and standing right now. However, from an emotional point of view, from a loving husband, why would you want to involve your family even more into the thing that you started, right? So it makes a lot of sense. So if they can save this man, if the bullet wound isn't fatal, which it kind of looks like he'll bleed out, It's not like they're close to a hospital, so how are they going to do it? Unless maybe their organization comes down and helps him, I don't know. But if they do go the route of killing him off, I don't know where he goes. Like, he has good information, right? He has good information on why he might have disappeared. You know, he can craft the narrative that, you know, exposing that ultimately he stole a bunch of money from the organization. He's on the run here. He now has a social media account that he could potentially get into contact with those that he worked with to steal said money. Like, there is potential, right? But at the end of the day, there feels like way more potential if someone like this man can live, because he doesn't feel like he's loyal to the organization. It feels like he has to be there, and he has an end goal related to family, and given our man literally killed for family, they have a lot more in common than maybe we first realize, and I'm very interested to see how they're going to go about presenting more of this. I feel like either one of them could stab each other in the back. Potentially everything I'm speculating here is going to come crashing and burning once we get the next episode, but damn it, if you're going to leave me off on a cliffhanger that doesn't reveal fate 100%, you best believe I'm going to speculate on the positive outcome, because the positive outcome with a character like this and a dynamic like this, just, it seems perfect. And I love the fact that rather than an author going the route of, okay, killed him with a rice cooker, we'll do a toaster in episode 4, let's see, we're gonna force a man to stab a fork in an electrical outlet to electrocute himself. Like, no, they're not trying to up the creativity of the insanity of the first kill. Instead, they're trying to say, this man truly does feel normal and just a mystery lover fan. I know a lot of people are like, man, there could be more than meets the eye. What if, like, they actually were psychos back in the day? Could be. But every episode I watch of the show, especially given how long they're dragging out potentially the next kill he has to do, I just keep saying, like, no, this was a father who would do whatever it takes to protect his daughter, and a mother who completely agrees, like, bitch, please, you try to hurt my daughter? I'll hurt you. How many parents would actually do that? A lot would, and that's why I really like this show. I keep saying that My Home Hero is one of this season's best, and now that we're officially a month into this anime season, honestly, I firmly stand by that statement. I've really grown to enjoy the production style. The aesthetics still feels like an older anime, almost HD upgraded. But seriously, the character writing, the motivations, the plot progression, it doesn't feel like your traditional modern 2023 anime, right? It's something that, you know, when you're getting into anime, when you get the recommendations, oh, go watch Monster, go watch this, that, and you're like, oh, the show from 2000, like, what's this? And you're like, wow, why aren't more people talking about this like these other shows? That's kind of how I feel about My Home Hero, and damn, do I love what they're doing. A lot of twists and turns, but it also just feels like this is a natural progression, and eventually these lies will catch up and he'll slip, but right now he's doing okay. The only negative about this episode is truly the bandage that he was wearing. That shit looked like a shower cap, and I was like, okay, I understand the rain, I understand the shower, but it's sunny out, my boy. Why are you still wearing that? That's a bandage? Well, I guess if you don't want it to get wet and soggy, it works, but I was glad when he put on the hat and looked like a detective for sure. But thoughts and feelings yourself down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new around here. Also, be sure to ring that bell so you can get notified when I upload on the channel, and like I mentioned, we do that full live reaction available on my Patreon if you're interested. While you're there, you can also get a video shout out. So today, we have Jared Fan, Jose, Beatrice, and Jessica Compton. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.